Hi, in the next few minutes I'm going to demo the powerful features of BrainSoft's Brayne Trainz Metro North application for the New Haven, Hudson, and Harlem train line timetables for the iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad devices. Stow away your paper schedules is Brayne Trainz' tagline, as all of the timetable data is stored within the application, so wireless connectivity is never required. To start the application, simply click on the blue Brayne Trainz icon. You're presented with the main screen, also called the train screen, a single pane of glass view to your train trips. The top banner shows you the line, in this case New Haven line, and shortly via the settings will show you how to change your default to Hudson or Harlem line, the schedule, weekday or weekend, and the effective schedule date. Below the banner you'll find the timetable picker wheel, an easy to use but very powerful implementation to locating your next train. Other timetable applications require you to change screens to find a trip. We've designed an interface which allows you to find your train by the flick of your thumb. For example, by simply selecting your departure and arrival station, only the available times for that trip are presented to you. Let's try Milford to Grand Central. Notice how the arrival and departure times changed, and the selected departure time is positioned on the next train to depart. In this case, 7:07 p.m., because the current time is 6:35 p.m. Below the picker wheel are four handy features. Favorites allows you to save your preferred trips to and from a destination. For example, let's save Milford to Grand Central as one of my favorites. When we're presented with the Milford to Grand Central terminal, New Haven line weekday, we click on it, and now it's added to our favorites list. Select Done when finished. We're returned back to the train screen. Now let's jump over to the reverse feature. By pressing reverse, we quickly flip the direction of our selected trip. And you notice we flip from Milford to Grand Central to Milford, and we're positioned on the next departing train based on current time. Now let's save the return trip as another favorite. Note you can save an unlimited of favorites to the list. Now I have my two favorites, Milford to Grand Central and Grand Central to Milford. And you can have an unlimited number of favorites saved from different lines. The email feature provides a quick way to send your trip details to a friend, colleague, or loved one. Simply click Email, and the trip you're positioned on loads up in your email. You select the to, or CCBC, enter their email address, and click Send. We're going to cancel for the moment. And you can either save the draft or delete the draft. In this case, we'll delete the draft. The next train is handy if you've been moving around the picker wheel, if you've been searching for other trains. And next train positions you immediately back on the next departing train based on current time. So we're back at the 6:39 train, current time is 6:37. The train screen also displays the train number, the trip time in minutes, and total distance in miles. Below this information is a message bar where we will display other information useful to you, like peak fare or connecting trains. The tab bar also offers additional information. For example, if you want to know more information about your selected trip, have a look at the Stops tab. First, there's a badge display that contains the number of stops for the selected trip. In this case, 13. So you immediately know whether, whether the trip is express or local. I prefer the trips with 3 or 4 stops. And this one seems to be more of a local train. Selecting stops provides all of the station stops and their associated arrivals. So here we depart at 6:39 in Grand Central. And we arrive in Stamford at 7:23, South Norwalk at 7:38, so you get the idea. We also give you additional information, additional features. So by clicking on Bridgeport, for instance, we'll share with you the address, train features, peak fare, for instance, and the stop features. It connects with Amtrak, there's bus service, and there's handicap service available. So you select back to the train screen. The Map tab displays the departing and the arrival stations. And you can click to get the train number and a bit of information, detailed information. If you're connected to wireless, you will also see your current position pop up on the screen. The Links tab provides access to favorite web pages on MTA and Metro-North websites. For example, GCT, or Grand Central Terminal, departure tracks. This is the big board that everybody's accustomed to seeing for departure train information and the associated tracks for that train. Settings is where you go to change your preferred timetable. As we mentioned earlier, we can change the timetable. And select the Harlem or Hudson line. So we select timetable, and we can select Hudson, for instance, weekday. And when we return back to our train screen, you'll notice the color changes, and we now have all the stations on the Hudson line for our weekday schedule presented to us. And the functionality that you've seen previously works as advertised. There's a few other options here that you can take a peek at. Transfers, however, and updates will be available in version 1.3, so stay tuned. The last piece is the About screen, where everything we've discussed is highlighted here in a nice little window. And for more information, please visit us at brainsoft.com and or follow us on Twitter at Brayne Trainz. Thank you.